Hi, I'm Amanda Lamond from Awakening Lawyers. I decided that rather than send more emails, I'm going to start using video a whole lot more. I don't know if it's just me, but I've kind of got this massive email fatigue where I just don't want to read more words. So I'm using WhatsApp and voice notes more and more. But there are issues sometimes because it's very hard to go back and sort of see what you've agreed when you're doing it via voice note. But there is something I find about communicating using voice, and now video as well, which is 10,000 times more powerful than written words. And particularly as I'm working with many lawyers all around the world, there's something energetically about being able to connect when we hear voices. So today I wanted, instead of writing an email to you, to share about the thinking that is coming for me from the most brilliant article, which I will put a link to in the mail, which is titled "Women Don't Need to Work Harder, the Legal Profession Needs to Evolve." If you may or may not know that there's been a big hoo-ha on LinkedIn recently about an article. I don't know if it was a sort of a published article by the ABA in which working women who are mothers were kind of really denigrated, and there were sort of comments about women who have children in law and don't pull their weight and a whole lot of other things which obviously are highly inflammatory and not okay. So there's been this backlash, and a woman has written a really brilliant article. Her name is Amy Conway Hatcher, about why women don't need to work harder, the legal profession needs to evolve. So she shares a bit about her own story and just makes some, deeply salient points, amongst them saying that telling women to work harder with no equal commitment from the legal profession to level the playing field is a one-sided recipe for disaster for women. Although well-meaning, the advice is outdated. It oversimplifies complex problems in a highly traditional, male-dominated paradigm. It creates dangerous misperceptions that women are to blame for gender equity problems and fails to recognize systemic barriers that impede women's careers. In the end, Amy, the author of this article, explains why she has recently decided to leave big law, and it's an interesting explanation, and one that I'm hearing increasingly is that women are told to lean in, to not complain, to make sure that they are constantly seen to be just as competent as their male counterparts. There's all this kind of hustling, like don't let your guard down for a second, and put in those extra hours, and yet, as we know, women do carry a disproportionate amount of the burden in terms of home life situations in kind of 90% of situations. So we're seeing this again and again. Women are being told to lean in, but it's kind of coming from all sides. What I'm interested in is women and men, but who are interested in creating a conscious law practice, and that has to include a holistic approach to well-being. They know that in order to serve their clients authentically and meaningfully and to resolve conflict in a conscious way, one can't be burnt out and frazzled, because it's simply a mismatch. You can't be authentic in those situations when you're barely holding on yourself. So like this author, I'm seeing more and more people move away to smaller firms, where it's easier to establish new norms and new values around overwork and what hours are required, and in many cases moving away where possible from the billable hour model and looking at value-based prices, and just having that freedom to do work when you do work best, and to look at your particular skill set and then divide that up within the firm. Some people are better at wooing new clients, some people are better at administration and management, and kind of working together to make sense of your skills. But again and again, with the individuals that I work with, I'm seeing that harder is not better. And in fact, one of the hardest things for my clients is to pull back from working so hard. But because my work has taken me in far more of a spiritual direction, looking at quantum physics, looking at the work of people like Joe Dispenza, even Martha Beck. In fact, every coach these days, apart from like the die-hard executive coaches, are looking at things in terms of energy, and realizing that when we are in hustle mode, that is then what we attract. And what our clients need us to do is to be inspired, to be rested, to be creative, we need to be demonstrating energetically what we can and be clear-headed. We need to feel all the things we want our clients to feel, and that's how we attract new clients to us. So what I have found in my own work is that by shifting how I feel energetically, by focusing on being calm and centered and aligned before I begin my workday, even if that means I begin the workday later, the way I'm able to tackle my work is completely different. Things flow to me, I'm in alignment, the answers present themselves, and that's what I'm teaching lawyers to do. So if you want to start looking at life in a new way, to remove this incredible sort of indoctrination that we've had, that you need to work harder. The world is waking up, and we are realizing that this doesn't serve us, it doesn't serve society, and it doesn't serve us personally. You can't just continue to work harder. We need to learn to work smarter. And that means looking at your energy and learning how to get in alignment before you start work. So if you're interested in doing things in a quite different way, if you want to hear from soul-led lawyers who are practicing differently, many of whom have left big firms, but not all of them, but those who are saying there is a different way to be, and I need to work in a way that is in alignment with who I am and do the type of work I came here to do, particularly as the world is evolving so very fast right now. There's the sense that we're out of time to just keep playing the game. So if you want to set yourself free and do what you came here to do, know that there are hundreds and thousands of clients who are looking for lawyers like this. So it's not a case that if you are embracing a more authentic self and leaving your traditional path, you're going to be, hung out to dry. That's not the case. But you are going to need to do it in support, and that's why I'm gathering lawyers who have successfully transitioned to creating conscious practices to help you by creating a mentorship container, so that whenever you feel stuck, there are people that you can turn to for help in doing this. If you're interested, please reach out. Let's do this with lawyers all over the world. It's time to stop working so hard, because hustle isn't getting us anywhere.